Live. We're live. We're live. Happy Halloween, everybody. As everybody comes in. Everybody's probably trick-or-treating. We'll see if we can get a couple of you guys in here. All right. Speed Addict, what's up, man? Oh, man. You might be the only one in here to join me. We'll see. But... all right, we got 13 in here. What's going on, everybody? How's the audio? Oh, man. 35, here we go. All right, we're live. We're off. What's going on, everybody? Happy Halloween. I'm going to walk around the car. Determined Veteran, he's actually live right now, so we're streaming both channels. Walk around the car real quick. We'll keep this short and simple. I do have a video that I'm working on just tearing the car apart, but I wanted to be able to just showcase a little bit of what we've done, ripping this thing apart and kind of just show you what's going on. I need to pull the driver head. I still haven't done that. I've been real sick the past couple of days. The car blew up and then I've been just like bedridden for a couple of days, but now I'm out and about. I've got a couple of things done, torn apart. So we're going to walk around the car and then you got 65 people in here already. Sweet. 70 and climbing. So if we could give this video a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. But yeah, battling a bit of a cold or flu or I don't know, something just that's awful. But yeah, I can walk around now. I'm medicated a little bit. So, but I want to be able to show you a little bit about some of the damage, what we have done, and just go from there. So I know this car is, the car is important to me. You know, it's back here. The car's important to me. This is what I do pretty much for a living. Yeah. And Michael, I hadn't seen you in a while. Yeah, I know you're sorry. Yeah, hopefully we can get together. I haven't seen you in a while. Hopefully your Mustang's doing pretty good, but stress lowers the immune system. Yeah, well, I mean, that's very, very true. It's been very tough because I figured that the motor was going to go eventually, not 37 minutes after driving. And I don't know. I guess we can cover some of like what happened, and I don't want to dread on it too long because the simple thing is that we had a few hands on the car. There was some miscommunication. I'll just leave it at that. And a couple of things were not checked like they should have been, and ultimately led to an engine failure. And anyway, so. This is the expensive lesson some people have pointed out that, yeah. So let me say this first. Let me put this down. Yeah, it's just a 6. Here's the thing. We'll talk about that real quick. I put the video, I edited, excuse me, let me grab some water. I can't speak. My throat's like all messed up. But I do think that I don't want to bitch. But I do want to get my point across a little bit. And give me 2 seconds. This is a shitty situation. Yeah. We've had a lot of bad luck. Now, in this case, it could have been prevented. We're all human. Nobody's perfect. And the last one that was perfect was crucified on a cross. So, whether you're, into that or not, I mean, that's what history tells us. So we're all human. We all make mistakes. We were, pulling a lot of hours. Speed Addict came down. He lives 2.5 hours away from me. And he was back and forth on the road quite a bit, coming back and forth, trying to help with the install. So my hat really goes off to Speed Addict 731. He really trying to help me with this whole thing. Anyway, so we got the car running. You guys were probably in the chat the other night right before we went on the test drive. And if you go back and if you watch any part of it, you'll know that I was going around the car trying to make sure that everything was done properly. Thank you so much, 03 Stang GT, for some medicine. $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Any super chats are going to go towards, I guess, helping get this car back on the road. If you guys are, if you want, I don't want to say this. Anytime that any YouTuber asks for help, they get like black flagged. So I've seen it over and over and over again. Sometimes YouTubers put up like GoFundMe's and stuff like that. I'm not going to do a GoFundMe. There's something on my personal Facebook if you guys are in on that, but I'm not going to sit here and just beg for money. That's not what this is about. We made mistakes, but I mean, anyway, so we made mistakes. I can't speak. It was something is I'll show you in just a second. I'm gonna walk you through all around the car, and then there's gonna be another video that I'm making that's gonna like really be a little bit more in detail about what happened. I got to start pushing that Patreon, man. Well, I mean, Speed Addict 731 1999. Thank you so much. Get the thing back on the road. What was I gonna say? Super chats are good. YouTube takes like 40% of it. PayPal would be another option. I guess for anybody that wanted to help. I'm not asking you though, because this was a mistake that's truly on me. I am, the owner of the vehicle. So, and I don't want to go on there and just start like a GoFundMe and stuff like that. I mean, I've got a PayPal. It's alex.w.alvord@gmail.com, blah, blah, blah. It's the same one that's in my video descriptions. But, again, I'm not asking for nothing. So here I am going on record. Don't send me nothing. But I have had a couple of people that have asked. But anyway, dude, mistakes. Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's just a 6. I think he's tearing the engine out of his car, right now. I'm not really sure. I got to go back and check up on his videos to see what happened. But anyway, there's other YouTubers right now that have actually popped their engines. And sometimes it's over stuff that can't be controlled. Sometimes it's over simple mistakes. This one was a very stupid, excuse me, very stupid, simple. I don't know if it's blown. It's just a 6. I don't know if it's blown. But I know he had to change plugs and do some other stuff. So many GT3 videos have blown engines. Yeah, it's happened. Rated R Cars had a small, teeny little hole in his block that was eating coolant, and they just replaced his engine. So, these things happen. It's all a part of, going fast. Is sometimes mistakes happen. We overlook things. We're human. Nobody in here, nobody watching is perfect. I've had a lot of hateful comments. Well, not a whole lot, honestly. Maybe about, let's say, 5% of the people that commented on the last video that I uploaded. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Mazda 012 Delta, thank you so much. This is a problem that is a simple mistake that had to do with vacuum lines. They were flopped. That's all it was. But it caused catastrophic failure in cylinder 4, and there is a ginormous hole in the intake valley of the block. I'm going to go ahead and spin the camera. I'm going to show you what's going on. But what I would ask is that just, whether, you're seeing this now or you watch it later, for anybody that comes in and watches this live stream later on, just remember that we are all in this together as far as being automotive enthusiasts. And then none of you guys are perfect. I'm not perfect, and neither are you. We all make mistakes. This one could have been avoided. But, the thing is, we're not going to dwell in the past. Shit happens. We're going to move forward. Things have happened with this car quite a bit. 3 not at fault. And, the third one, I wasn't even in the vehicle. Accidents. Yes, this car's had a hard life. I kind of think that it might be cursed at this point, but the thing is, we have to keep moving forward. We're not going to LS swap. We want to be able to put an engine back into this car. Excuse me. And then and do fun things with the turbos. So is the Carnage sticker still in the back? I got to get a razor. The Carnage sticker, the Carnage name is dead. This is wouldn't have mattered if the sticker was on the back or not. I'm not a superstitious person, but anyway, we're going to spin the camera. I'm going to show you just a couple, a few minutes of what's going on. I know everybody's out trick-or-treating and stuff, so I don't want to eat up too much of your time, but sell the car. I would sell the car. I can't sell the car. Yeah, remove the sticker for good luck. Don't worry. The name of the car is Warfighters. That any stickers are on here. Actually, all of the stickers that are on this vehicle, anything, it's all getting torn off because we wanted a whole new look for the vehicle. That was also the whole twin turbo thing, was we wanted to be able to, it's supposed to be like a fresh start after the accident, last one, and then the car being set up for a month or whatever, this is supposed to be like a fresh start. And now we have an engine failure. So now we got to figure out what's going on. Get to the point. All right, we'll get to the point. We'll spin it. We got trick-or-treaters that are like knocking on my door. So here we go. There is cylinder 4. And normally there would be a piston right there, but there's not. So the piston pretty much did just, it evaporated. There's chunks of it, like right here's a piece. There's a piece of piston right there. So, yeah. Anyway, so cylinder 4 is gone. And then it's probably hard to tell. You have to wait for the video tomorrow or the next day. The plasma coating, you probably can't see. If you look right about there, right there. $20. Italian saying thank you so much for the super chat. The brave may fall but cannot yield from a road course, racer to racer. I know what your pain means. A little something to show my appreciation. Thank you so much for the super chat. It means a whole lot. It honestly does. So it's just all part of racing. Sometimes we are successful, and then sometimes, shit happens. But anyway, so the plasma coating right there started to crack up. So we pulled this head, not too bad of a job. Now, the good thing is that the turbos, which are over here, all right. The turbos are actually good. Serpent Sangs, what's up, man? The turbos are actually good. So they still had coolant in them. They still spin freely. We took them apart. We took the hot side off. We took the compressor housing off and all that. It's good. The wastegate seemed to be fine. So nothing bad there. No metal. Nothing got down into the turbos. There is no metal, no coolant, no oil, no nothing made its way up the charge piping going into the intercooler. So it's bone dry, which is good. Now, the thing about the the passenger head, because we still have to get this head off. I've just been really, really under the weather. I did drain the oil, and I'm working on getting the oil pump gears out. And we got to send those off. We also have to send my injectors off, my new FIC 1000cc injectors, to get serviced, to make sure they're good to go. But this head, we think, is okay. Speed Addict was over here the other day, and you're going to see it in the next video. We filmed a little bit, but most of it was just tearing down the engine and try to see what the under condition of this head was. So if I flip this, let me put the phone down real quick. All right. So we can angle it like this. So, yeah, just get a new factory short block. That's what we're thinking, but we have to make sure the heads are good. So, you got this cylinder looks good. Looks good. This is the one where the plasma it got messed up or whatever. Anyway, but this is pretty much good. The valves look okay. Here's the problem child right here. You can see where, when we pulled this plug was completely smashed in. The head of the plug was smashed. So when we immediately pulled that, and we were like, oh my God, we had some kind of contact on that. So anyway, so we have a little bit of scoring right here on the valves. I'm trying to watch your comments, but this may be able to be repaired. I'm going to take this to a machine shop, and then we have to pull the other driver head and then inspect it as well. My concern is that when the piston blew apart, that it may have gotten sucked up into, the head over there. So I don't know. Again, we got to take that off. Now, there's nothing like the exhaust. There's no coolant. There's no oil or anything that came out of that exhaust down there. But anyway, so yeah, ignore the idiots. Look, we're going to get some hate. But like I was saying earlier, that, nobody's perfect. And the last one that was perfect, basically got crucified. So do not pay attention to negative comments. Yeah. Anybody that sits there and they come in, wow, I got 250 people in this chat already. Wow. New valves and valves, yeah, run it. So we're gonna take it to the machine shop, and pending that driver's head is okay. Both turbos are okay. All the piping and all the charge piping, all that stuff is good. This head looks like it's salvageable, which is a good thing. It saves money. And if that head is good, I'll find out tomorrow for sure. Hopefully I will get a good night's rest and we'll come out here and I won't be as sick, hopefully. And anyway, so if that head is in this same condition or better, we're going to be looking like it's just a short block. If not, then we're going to need a short block and, then at least one head. Port the heads while you have them. Well, do you need to send the turbos to get them inspected by people that know what they're doing? Yeah, I mean, I could. Well, I looked at the turbos. The driver's side turbo is completely fine, untouched. And the same is true with what we looked at for the love the channel. Hope it gets better. Thank you so much. The other turbo on the passenger side, it was a little wet, but it was good. There's no metal in there, nothing scraped up. We took it apart, we looked at it, it's fine. It still had coolant in it, which is a big deal because these are water-cooled turbos. They're oilless, and they're fine. They're good to go. So, shit happens. But yeah, as far as negative comments, I mean, here's the thing about negative comments. I mean, the ones that know me in person, I'm pretty much true. I guess I'm pretty much the same as I, in person as I am online, except that you guys have to remember, well, some of these guys need to remember that, I was a forward observer with 4 combat deployments. I spent a long time in the Army. Like, I'm no fucking pussy. So if some of these guys, if somebody wants to talk shit, please be a man about it, or woman, whatever. And then come say it to my face and we'll have a conversation. I'm not making threats. I'm just saying we'll have a conversation. And then I'll see if I can humbly change their mind. I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, I'm not the one to just sit there and back up and just cower down. So in my experience, internet trolls are just that. They're the same way in person. Everybody can talk shit. It's whatever. And you know what? This is a mistake that we made. So if you want to talk shit, okay, fine, whatever. It's free world. You can do what you want to. But anyway, comments are coming in like crazy. Let me make sure I'm not missing anybody's questions. No one's calling you pussy. I know nobody's calling me a pussy. I'm just saying that some of the comments, about, let's say 5% of them, are pretty bad. And I actually blocked a couple of users because they just come in there and attack. And the thing is, some YouTubers, they do whatever, that nobody cares, internet trolls, yeah. Some YouTubers exist out there, they can blow up engines every single day, but it's okay because they are who they are. For some reason, I get a lot of shit. I don't know. But I'm not going to let it get me down. We're just going to freaking, fucking button pushes. Oh, short block is a back order. I don't know. See, that's the other thing too, is like, yeah, we have to order a short block, put them in chokehold. If we have to order a short block, yeah, I think they're on back order, so it may be some time, which sucks because, this was content. I had a huge month planned. We were going to do dyno stuff. We were going to do the last bit of track stuff for the year. We're going to do all kinds of stuff. You guys, it would have been really exciting. The month of November was going to be fire with this new, Z-bombs. Well, that's true, not many people will sit there and just take a bunch of shit. Some people will sit there and they'll play nice as they can on the internet, but I'm not that guy. Maybe that's why I'm not bigger than I am. It's because I will actually retaliate a little bit back. And the thing is just, you guys know, you're going to let some stranger come up to you and then talk a bunch of trash to you in person? The answer is no. So why would I let somebody do it on the internet? The thing is, I'll either block you or I'll just laugh. I'll do a little smiley emoji or whatever. Have a nice day. And I'll be the bigger person. I'll walk away. But when it gets personal, it's a whole different story. Bad tune with it. No, it was not a bad tune. The thing is, I can't say, there is some backstory, but I can't go into it because I don't want to point fingers at anybody. Ultimately, it's my car. Why the name Xander 13? Xander 13, well, my first name is Alexander. Tyler, thank you so much for the $14.99. I'll donate to the cause. Uh, Good Godspeed, my guy. Let her eat. Thank you so much. I appreciate that very much. So let me get a little sip of water because I'm a big baby and I'm cold. Well, I have a cold. It is also freezing in my garage. Anyway, so yeah, the engine's toast, but you know those that drag race, you know, have pussies don't ride don't yeah pussies don't ride 1,000 cc motorcycles. So I do have one of those, and I do test the limits. Yeah, but show you exactly if we would have just taken a couple of minutes now. I've had a lot of people that have commented and said, man, I really wish that we had not pushed you in that live stream to go drive the car. And I want to tell all of you guys, it's okay. It's, you know, we did have a lack of sleep and everything, but there's no blame. There's no nothing. So if any of you guys are out there like, oh my God, I can't believe, you know, I wish that it's okay. You know, coulda, woulda, shoulda, it's all right. We're going to get past it. You know, it's just an engine at the end of the day. We will replace it. But ultimately what is going on is if you look there, that blue solenoid, there is a line going in and there's another line going out to the vacuum block. That is teed into the bottom and it should have been the top of the wastegates. If it was swapped like this, we would not be looking at this carnage here, this mess. But also I haven't shown you the real highlight, and that's the hole in the block. So again, stay tuned to the next video or so coming on the channel once I finish it. It's going to actually show this a little bit more in depth, but let's see if I can climb up in here. All right, so get this out of the way. Right there, you can see it. So there's the hole right there in the block. Now, yeah, what happened was supposedly when we were driving, we were supposed to be on wastegate. And again, I'm not going to talk about this too much. It is what it is, but we were supposed to be on wastegate. Lines were rounded wrong. Simple mistake. You know, we were in a hurry and I was trying to get content out there. And anyway, so it went out there for the test drive. We're having fun. And yeah, there is a portion, and I could have, here's something else I want to say too. I could have edited this out. I could have never, duct tape, JB Weld. I could have edited this out and never shown anybody, but I was trying to be as honest as possible, which is probably something you're not going to get a whole lot of on YouTube. Nobody wants to just publicly show to the world their massive mistakes. There is a reason that I tried to edit as little as possible during the test drive. And that's basically so that you can learn from my mistakes. If that makes me an asshole for doing what I did, then so be it. But hopefully it's a wake-up call to every single person out there that's going to try to tackle something like this in the garage, that you've got to double check your stuff. I went on the assumption that everything was right. Now, yes, that assumption was ultimately it's what led to failure, you know? So it's just the attention to detail. Stop focusing on YouTube and get your car sorted. Well, I mean, the car is my YouTube, and this is part of how I, this is part of how I make my living. So a lot of YouTubers that are my size or bigger, this is basically what they do. Oh, I never finished the Xander 13 before we get off on that thing. Full name is Alexander. So we did Xander, but spelled it with a Z instead of an X. I don't know why, just easier. Most people spell it that way, I guess. But the 13, I was born on Friday the 13th. Yeah, call me unlucky, I guess. But I was also a 13 Fox in the Army. So Hemi Life, what's up? $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Glad we went through this together. Yeah. So go with the illuminator. I don't know. Yeah, shit happens. The car can be fixed. At some point, this motor was going to go. At some point, we were going to push the engine to a limit that it wasn't going to be able to handle with turbos. At some point, this engine was bound to blow up. and which happens to a lot of cars, especially turbo cars. Something could go wrong. When things go wrong with turbos, things go really wrong. But anyway, so call that bitch cartilage. Needs a donor, yeah. Ah, if I had an LS, it wouldn't have blown. Well, if I had some race gas in the tank, it wouldn't have blown either. Even that 1326 engine was bad before she even drove it. Yeah, stupid fast truck. Thank you so much for the $20. Get some rest, he says. Thank you so much for the super chat. Yeah, so there's other YouTubers out there that have had engine problems or failures. It is what it is, and I'm sure that they got, people talking shit to them too. But, it's all part of the game. There are some people in this chat, and there's some people that I know personally that have been through 2 or 3 engines, and in some of those cases, it was user error. We won't say negligence, but it was like Blue Collar Daly's been through multiple engines, and he kind of got screwed over just little things. I mean, I talked to him a lot. It's very unfortunate, due to no fault of his own, but sometimes things happen. New Gen 3 blocks are $8,300 at LMR. I know where to get them cheaper. So that's kind of where we're at right now is, for cold yeah. So, Hemi Lifestyle, have you thought of using a Pro Charger instead? $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Originally, I heavily thought about a loud cut gear Vortec system, and then I weighed that back and forth with a Vortec, and then ultimately got convinced to go in turbo big power. And then, if this was a supercharger on this car, or some kind of a belt-driven like centrifugal blower, this probably would not have happened. But again, this is not a tune thing. Are the turbos okay? Yes, the turbos are fine. Thank the Lord, because them bitches are $2,000 a piece. So the turbos are good. I showed them earlier, but I mean, turbos kill cars. Yeah, so you really have to have an engine that will support a lot of power. So Xander is a turbo expert. They are fine. I'm not a turbo expert. I said from the beginning, I didn't know what I was doing. That's why I had some other people come over here and help me. This whole thing was supposed to be a learning curve for me. And ultimately, I'm learning the hard-ass way right here. This is a very expensive mistake. But like I was talking about earlier, if I I wanted to edit that video, Jesus summoned Austin. The thing is, like I said, I could edit that video and never showed any of the driving portion. I could have just started the video from what you just saw right here with the open hood and no freaking, with the thing all ripped apart, and just been like, I don't know, something happened. Anthony, thank you so much for the 24, excuse me, 99. Let me say, why did you stay in the throttle so long while you were obviously breaking up so badly? Why would your tuner tell you to rip on at 6,500? But okay. Again, I guess I can talk about some of this. I was told to go 6,500 RPM. I'm not going to say by who or whatever. I'm not going to get into that. I was told to go. Garage Junkie, $10. Thank you so much. I told you stick to the original plan, bro. Don't push it. I know. What's up? Oh, you're handing out candy?
This is what the kid got.
Oh, okay. Okay. Mrs. Anders over here with a bunch of Halloween candy. I was told to go do a downlog to 6,500 RPM. I assumed that there was some conversation with the tuner. I don't want to get into the what ifs and all that stuff, but hypothetically, in all their defense, if my plumbing was correct, the car would have been fine. We looked at the data logs. We looked at all that. We talked. We did this, that. We went back and forth. It's not a tuner problem. This was not, that's why I said in the video, this was not a tune-related issue. The car would have been fine. Had the car been plumbed correctly, the car would have survived. So they were assuming that I had everything installed properly. And unfortunately, this is a very hard lesson learned from me that, make sure you quadruple check your stuff. So we were working late hours, into the night, 1 a.m., 2 p.m., whatever it was, trying to push this thing to get it done so that we can make some racing content for you guys before the track's closed. Unfortunately, we missed a couple of things. So get yourself a Illinois block, pistons, and rods. 5K game over. Well, here's the thing. So I knew that the engine was going to fail at some point when we were pushing the stock engine. You know, it's just a ticking time bomb with turbos. I get it, but excuse me. I didn't think that it was going to be 30 so minutes. Whose fault? I'm going to call fault on me. It's my car. I have to be the bigger man. I have to raise my hand and say that it was my fault. And now, to answer the question, why did I stay in the throttle? Before I get off topic, I want to talk about this. If you watch the video, you can tell how excited I was in the car. I just gotten the car back. Remember, it was in an accident. We put it back together. The car sat for like 5 weeks or whatever. Hit Me Life, $10. Thank you so much. I put long tube headers, full exhaust, EGR delete on my car. Car runs rough. I don't like it for that reason. I think the tune will clear everything up. Yeah, I would say definitely look at the tune and then, you know, go from there. Make sure that the tune is good. If Serpent told you the 9 PSI, Serpent's things was in the car next to me or in the car with me to help monitor everything and look at the boost while I looked at the RPM and all of that. He was there recording what the car was doing. The car never, okay, we did a little bitty pull and, I wasn't paying it. Again, my fault. I was like a little schoolgirl, right? I mean, I was excited, and I was hoping that. The thing is, it left my mind, and it also left the passenger's mind that we were supposed to be watching, you know, what was going on with the boost, and we did. We called it out. We said, "Oh my God," you know. He said, we hit 9 PSI or 10 or whatever it was, 9 PSI. And he asked me if that was full throttle. I said no. And but yes, that was the first flag. Looking back on it now, you know, if we were over 7 or 8 PSI, we should have said something's not right. We're going home. And anyway, but for whatever reason, I guess you can call being caught up in the moment, it escaped our minds. And then we went out there and we did a little bitty watt pull. So at 5,400 RPM, the car started to break apart. The max that we saw was about 6,000 RPM. So about 500 RPM difference between there. Yeah, he was told to make sure it doesn't go over 11 PSI. So the boost controller never, even when it went bang, never read over, I think, 9 PSI for whatever reason. But at that point, the car was starting to break out. Now, to answer the question, why did I stay in it? On video, it's like 3 seconds. In real time, in the moment, it was milliseconds. You know, it's kind of like if you've ever been shot at, for example, or something bad happened, or a car is about to crash into you. Sometimes things slow down. Usually they slow down later on. In the moment, it's kind of like, oh my God, what's happening? That's all that happened. I mean, you can call it freezing up, you can call it whatever, but you can look at the expression of my face because I've watched the video 100 times too. That's like, damn, why did I not lift? Why did I not lift? But at the end of the day, excuse me. At the end of the day, things are moving like that. They're moving light, you know, like lightning speed. So that's why I stayed in it. I didn't mean to. I wasn't trying to hurt the engine. It just is. It is what it is. It's what happened. I missed a super chat. Here we go. Aaron, thank you so much. $49.99. Thank you for your service and protecting our asses so we can build stupid fast cars. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. New subscriber, nice to meet you. Thank you. Welcome to the channel. I would like to say that I would like to welcome you to, you know, a video that's not like this, that's not crazy and bad and drama, stuff like that. They've got like 400 or 300 or something videos on the channel, tons of fun content. This is just something recent, something that, you know, we have to get through. We are going to build the engine. We're going to put it back together. This car's not going away. I can't get rid of it. I got too much negative equity if I did. Because we went from the 18 Mustang to the Hellcat to this. So the car has to stay here. And then, yeah, we're just going to race car it up. But, you know, dumb shit happens. You know, it happens to all of us. People get into car accidents. It's an accident. You know, it is what it is. But guess what? Life goes on. Thank you for your service. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. If your motor, excuse me, was going to blow eventually, when you get another short block, isn't going to fail again. So I got to sneeze. Hang on a second. I'm going to try to see if I can not sneeze. Oh, this cold is getting to me. Sorry. I expected the motor to probably fail at some point. Damn, my car payment must suck. Yeah, it's up there. That's why I depend on YouTube so much. I treat YouTube as a job, as a career. And for the most part, you know, it does pretty well. It's been kind of slow recently because we haven't had the car and we've been building it. So this is supposed to be a fresh start. Now, I don't know what's going to happen next month, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on record. I don't know how much content will exist on this channel going into November. It will all depend on how fast I can get this car back together. I got to figure out how to pay for it, for one. And then getting it back together, getting the parts and stuff, we got to get all this stuff here. And then we can put it back together. That's not a big deal. But we got to get all this stuff here first. And we're probably, honestly, going to go with... The thing is, like I was talking about, I knew the motor would go eventually, but not right now. So... we just paid all the money for the twin turbo kit. Good thing that they're fine. The turbos are good. But the deal is that was all the money, right? So now I hadn't saved up for, you know, a built engine. You know, that was going to be a few months down the road because I figured that, you know, we got to play it safe. And I didn't think, most people don't run into this issue immediately after they boost their car. So we're kind of in a weird spot right now. So we're going to probably go with a stock short block to begin with. Put the car back together, play it safe this time. Play it very safe this time. Be very adult about it. Make sure the car is fine. Take it very fucking slow. Make sure the tune's good. Do some normal driving around logs, send them in, and not go wide open until, you know, Rob Shoemaker personally tells me to go wide open throttle. And then just because I don't even think that he knew that the car was actually running. What is my day job? I'm I guess you could say retired Army. Got out of the Army basically. I don't know if you knew, some of the people on here do. Got out as a result of like combat injuries. So this is what I do to bring, you know, food to the family. And yes, I get to play around with cars and do stuff like that. And there's money that goes into this, into feeding the channel. But yeah, I do treat this as a job. So yeah, Yomar, you're on the money. Yeah, you got it. So I can't say that. But the thing is, they were under the assumption that everything was plumbed correctly, and it was not. So ultimately, it's a boo-boo. It's oh, damn it. Why did y'all do that? You know, we fucked up. We messed up. That's right. And therefore, I have to be a big guy. I have to be big boy and own it. You know, it is what it is. Sorry it happened. Just tune in real quick, please. Yeah, so anybody that's just coming in, I know you've been looking at my face for a while. I want to show the engine again real quick. Don't go stock short block. I know. Well, I also don't have $5,000 or $6,000 for a built short block at this time now either. So if it means that I spend $1,500 or whatever it costs to go to a short block, a stock short block, I can at least get the car running again. And then you're very welcome. Thank you. Everybody saying thank you for your service. I assume there's no manual for that. There's no turbo. I was going to put it together, and that's what I was actually working on, was doing a step-by-step install of the kit. Next time it's going to be like, it might just be me by myself, now that I know what's going on. I don't know what's going to happen. But the thing is that, yeah, we may have to go to a stock short block for now and just save for, you know, a built one later on. But anyway, so what happened was Excuse me. Illuminator? I don't know. I have to give it some thought. I am Navy. Thank you for your service, by the way. Anybody here that is a veteran or active military, thank you for your service. So cylinder 4, this is anybody that's coming in, this is what we're looking at. Cylinder 4, piston is gone. It's evaporated. There is chunks of it right there. Just do rods and pistons. Yeah, so that might be something that we can explore. And anyway, there's a big hole right there in the block. So we got to pull this head. I've been real sick past couple of days. I still got to pull it, but I did start working on pulling like the underneath of the car apart. The turbos are over there. The turbos are fine. I'll show everybody again that's just coming in. Oh my gosh, I'm so sick. My nose is running. I'm sorry. Turbos are good. We took them both apart. The turbos are fine. And everything else is good to go. So all of this is fine. Nothing got into the charge piping there. It's all fine. The wastegates are in there too. They're good. The injectors and all that I'm going to send off to get serviced. They are here. And then this is basically our passenger side head, which we think is savable. We do need to make sure that we pull these guys out, our direct injectors, and then service them and make sure that they're fine. Excuse me, sniffling. I'm so bad. This looks good. This looks good. This looks good. This one has a little bit of, you can see some detonation, some scarring or whatever that was going on here. This may be able to be cleaned up or just replace valves. But ultimately, it looks okay. Again, we're going to send this in and get it serviced. But we're hoping that that head right there is still good too. And if it is, then it's just a short block. It's just replacing that right there. And that'll be good. That won't be too expensive. But yeah, we'll get to replace all this stuff. So, but what we're concerned is when that thing went, did it get sucked into, over here? Which is usually what happens. So we'll see. Just JB weld it. Yeah. Duct tape and send it. That's anyway, so that's the car. Oh my gosh, I need to take me some more medicine and get to bed. Yeah, we're gonna take all this apart. Oh, sneezing. Yeah, this is a Hell Horse twin turbo kit. This is not a result. All this bad stuff is not a result of the turbo kit. Ultimately, yeah, I'll show this again too. Everybody's just coming in. It has to do with how we, the installers, the amateur installers that we are, installed the wastegate plumbing, the vacuum lines. They needed to be flopped. So anyway, that's what happened. Simple mistake. We tried to rush it for content and we missed it. We screwed up. So that's pretty much it. Stock block. Let me read. Stock block with heads. So we should do probably like oil pump gears. It's a must for everybody. I've got to send mine off to make sure that they are still good to go. Same with the injectors. But we're probably going to do what we should do is upgrade the head studs so the heads don't lift. Then rods, pistons on the stock block. And I think that's probably the basics and the necessity that we need to do is just that, is make sure that we can bulletproof it just a little bit. What's up? Oh, okay. Madison. Oh my God. Oh. Oh, that's so awful. Why don't you get some medicine that tastes good? Oh.
Get over it.
It's terrible. Yeah, there's other YouTubers that blow up engines all the time, and everybody wants to come over here and give me hell for whatever. There's other YouTubers right now that I can name that have blown engines, as either as a result of their own actions or or mistakes, or just because they couldn't control it. Something happened. And not all of them are turbo cars. Some of them are supercharged cars. But anyway, yeah, so it happens. Lots of guys have been through multiple engines, and it just is what it is. Boosted J is one of them. We raced him. He's a good guy, and his car caught fire. I think it was I don't know the full story, but I think a shop got a hold of it and messed something up, and then his car caught fire. So he's in a bad spot too. Am I am I still friends with Stang Mode? Yes. Yeah, me and Stang Mode are still friends. We've never had like a falling out or anything. No, he's a good guy. Hell to hell with the haters. You will always have them. I know. Yeah, anybody that as you get bigger, you're gonna get some hate. I do have some people that follow the channel only to thumbs down the videos. It doesn't matter how good or how bad they are, and only come on the channel to talk trash. And as an adult, as a grown adult, the way I look at that is they're coming on there and they're looking for attention. The haters are coming in there. Why did Stang Mode stop hanging out with Tunnel Chaser? I think it had. I'm not really sure. I do, but I can't say. Determined Veteran, thank you so much. $9.99. This is for the beer fund, brother. Yeah, well, the beer fund. You're gonna drink all the beer. You know, I drink all the girly drinks. So yeah, we're gonna have to make sure that we stock up the refrigerator for you, though. You gotta let me know what to buy, what kind you want. Call Illinois asked him how many blown. Lund told me to bring a bore scope and got all kinds of screenshots. Yeah, we did do a bore scope on mine, which is kind of cool. Don't miss the next video whenever it comes out. I'm not sure if it's going to be the next couple of days or if I'm going to hold it for Monday. I'm not really sure yet. But it's kind of interesting how we actually go about, Speed Addict came over here with some cool toys, some gadgets. And we got to bore scope. David V, thank you so much for the $20. Hope it helps. We got to actually go through the engine a little bit with the bore scope, and it was really cool. I'd never seen that done in person before. I've always seen it on video. To see it, in person is pretty neat. So, I was going to Pro Charge my 18. Not so sure now. I think that if you're going to do anything like a belt driven, like if this was a Whipple Edelbrock Pro Charged Vortec car that's running off of a belt, I don't think that we would have had an issue. What's up? Oh, she's giving me that wifey look. Excuse me. I think that you should not. Will I ever race at ATCO? I would love to go back up to ATCO. The car ran fast at ATCO. But right about now, well, I think they might actually be closing up shop there now. Done for this season. I'm not sure, but yeah, come the beginning of this next year too. The DA is going to be really good up there. I would love to get this car back together and then take it back up there in like March or whenever it opens up and then race up there. That would be freaking sweet because they have good air up there. And this car is going to go crazy. So, end of December. Okay, so they're still open. All right. Derek Sizemore is running a Whipple on stock engine and is killing it. Yeah. Derek Sizemore also, this is what I was going to tell you guys. When he did his oil pump gear upgrade, he took his stock with now. PayPal accepted. Yes. It's alex.w.alvord@gmail.com. It's in my video descriptions. $20. JJ, thank you so much for $20. Sorry for the bad luck, brother. Thank you so much for the super chat. If you guys don't want to super chat, you can do the PayPal thing if you want to. That's completely up to you. I'm not going to ask you to do it, but it's alex.w.alvord@gmail.com. It's in the video descriptions, the same email that I have down there. Anyway, so what in the world was I talking about? Also, I'll get ACO racing. Yeah. So I would encourage everybody, replace oil pump gears. Derek Sizemore, he was racing on his with the Whipple. When it came time to do the oil pump gears, he took his stock ones out and they were already cracked. So I think that I guess maybe arguably you don't need them for a turbo car because there's no pulleys yanking on the crank. But I would say do it. I mean, if you could do the work yourself, you could save a lot of money. Now, if you're having a shop do it, yes, it's going to be expensive. But the parts themselves, I think the gears themselves are not that much money. I think they're, yeah. Derek, right there, he says, yep, upgrade them. Definitely worth it. 100%. So now I got to pull mine out and then send them in, make sure that they're still good to go, because I have like the new, I guess it's a revised version. I might be like the second guy on YouTube with the new ones that have showcased them. They're just a little bit more slick. Anyway, so they need to be, they still, yeah. I think the oil pump gears are good because the thing is they're only rated. What's up, everybody's coming in just now. This is we've got almost 400 people in here. Good Lord. It's Halloween. Yeah, there is Blackie 2018 A10 Alex.w.alvord. Yes, that is the correct email address. Yes, that's a PayPal. But that's you can send me whatever mail there too. It doesn't matter. That's the email that I use. I probably should have something different, like a Xander13 at Gmail or whatever, but that's it. Yeah, oil pump gears are definitely a necessity, and you could put a lot of work into a car and skip that, and then you might have an engine failure at that point because they're only rated for whatever RPM limit. So, I mean, they're just not as strong as the aftermarket stuff. I mean, it's a no-brainer, honestly. So, can you please give me a shout out? I've been subscribed for a long time. RIP Engine LOL. Andrew033009. There's your shout out. Thank you. Thank you for being part of the channel. I appreciate every single one of you, even the ones that come in here and talk trash. Because, at the end of the day, it is about it's a car community. It doesn't matter if it's Mustangs or Camaros or, a Hemi of some kind. Because all my OGs in here know that I like them all, and I've had a few. Why didn't you go with the Interbrock? I'm assuming Edelbrock. I was gonna do Edelbrock. I was all for it. We had ordered it, and then the shipment got delayed. And then I was talking to a couple friends of mine, and they're like, "Dude, screw that. Go big power. Go. Twins." And I was like, I've never had a twin turbo car, so let's try it. And then that's ultimately what changed my mind. It's fuel for your fire to get your car done. Yeah. Let's see here. I'll be on E in mine when it's boosted. Speed Addict 731 just bought it's what I should have done from the get-go. He bought a base 2020, but he bought a base Mustang GT with the 10 already. Like, I don't think that car has any other options except the automatic. And he's going to build it. I don't know what he's going to do yet. I think he might go twins, but I think it would be also really cool if he did the Edelbrock, since I was gonna, but then I didn't. Dr. Sleep used the Shining's book. And that movie comes out soon, I believe. I think that we have tickets reserved for that. So, no, we looked back through the logs and figured out that it was... Anyway, so, but yeah. Whistle Fish, $10 super chat. Thank you so much. He even has the fugly wheels. Yeah, he does. He hates them. I actually think that they're not that bad looking. I don't hate them that much. Would I? I mean, anyway. But yeah, definitely replace those. I know that he will. Or keep them. Those would be your daily wheels, and then just change them out for the racetrack. I've still got my performance pack wheels. 2 of them are still scratched up, but no, I cannot sell the turbo kit to build, to go after another motor. That is sponsored equipment, and I cannot do that. Nor would I want to, because I want this thing to be a twin turbo monster. So yeah, we want to get the car running, but I don't want to, like, I saved up a bunch of money for the turbo kit and then to have to sell it just to make the car. I know. Well, if anything, we'll just let the car sit for a month or two until I can actually afford it. But hopefully it's just a short block. If it's a short block, I think that we'll be up on the road and we'll have it running here soon. If it's a long block, yeah, hopefully that's not the case. But, it is what it is at that point, I guess. We'll see. I have to, somebody sent me $20 to PayPal. Thank you so much for the donation. If you do that, YouTube doesn't rob 40% of it. That's good. Thank you so much. Anyway, yeah, the idea is still ultimately to build a very fast twin turbo car, learn to drive it, have fun with it, and go to the track and chase those nines and to bring you guys some ultimate some good content. That's no YouTuber is running around with a twin turbo kit on like an 18 or 19 that's making there are others out there, but like big channels. There's no big channels, I'll say that, and I'm not even really that big. That's gonna do the videos that I'm gonna do. Like everything you should ever want to know with it about it. Daily living with it as a daily driver, all that shit. Blackie, thank you. Yeah, I got the $20 in PayPal. Thank you so much. And yeah, that way, yeah, YouTube doesn't rob 40% of whatever. YouTube robs the hell out of super chats. It's like 40%. It really is. You guys are gonna see a lot of burnout since I hate. Yeah. Speed addict. Do your line lock and just smoke the shit out of those tires, dude. Send them off with a bang, and then replace the wheels and replace the tires with something better. But I still don't think they look that bad. I think they look pretty good. I know they're whatever. I would rock them. I really would, at least for a little while. So the plan is to be fast on the stock short block. It was originally, yes, on the stock short block. I knew that the engine was eventually going to go at some point. I just didn't think it would be 30 minutes after, once the car's running. And again, that's on us. I own it. We screwed it up. It's on us. It was a simple mistake. You can call it lack of sleep. You can call it just being overly excited and rushing things. That's what ultimately happened. So again, the video that was released, I could have edited all of, excuse me. Yeah, YouTube takes like 40% of super chats. It's a little retarded. It's a little ridiculous. Anyway, so I could have edited that video in a way that would have made me not look like such an idiot. But I wanted to be honest, because that's the kind of person that I am, and showcase that to you guys. So hopefully you learn through my mistakes or our mistakes. You know what I mean? So there was a few of us involved in the build. We all missed it. It was a simple mistake, but it's my car. I take 100% responsibility for it. I'm not pointing fingers at nobody. If I did, then I would be an asshole at that point. Yeah, I got to pay for it. So learn from me. Don't do this. I want to say this too. A lot of you guys that have been watching me for a long time, why watch Andrew? Amazing. What do you say? Here's the funny part to the peeps who are nasty on here. Why do you watch? See, because they do. People say that they want to unsubscribe and they want to leave hate comments and stuff like that. They still watch the channel. I know they do because I see them commenting. They're still here. It's okay. It's all right. The thing is, I've been messing around with cars for a little while, and I pretty much do. I pretty much do my own installations. You guys know that. There is a reason for it. It's because I got burned for thousands and thousands of dollars from a shop way back when I was a young soldier. They took me for a ride. And that's a video and for another day. But ever since then, I've pretty much done my own work with, maybe the help here and there with some friends. This is the only time that I've had a significant problem. I've been doing this for, ever since I was able to first start driving. I love your channel. It's real. That's what I like to do. I like to keep it real. If I fuck up, I'm going to show you. If I succeed, I'm going to show you. I could hide it all. I could edit it any way that I want to. It's my content. But I chose to put myself out there. If it makes me look like an idiot, like a tool, like a douchebag, whatever. But if it saves somebody else from making the same mistake, I think that's worth it. And it's unfortunate that people are going to watch this video later on, and they're never going to get to this point in the video probably to hear me say that. If you learn from me, if you watch my mistakes, then hopefully it will save you a lot of money. It will save you an engine. It will save you something. You know what I mean? I'm here to I started this YouTube channel to try to teach because nobody really taught me when I was younger. And I kind of had to figure things out on my own. And that's why I kind of started the YouTube channel, was to start teaching. And anyway, still repping your channel on my car. That's awesome, Steve. I really appreciate that. He's got, on his personal car, he has Xander 13 with a couple others, advertising for me. That's amazing. That's awesome. Thank you so much. But yeah, ultimately we started the channel a long time ago to teach as much as possible, whether people like it or not, and then it would be an unfortunate thing if it would be an unfortunate thing if I were to, hide my mistakes. I'm not perfect, and failure is twice the teacher's success is. Yeah. You have to fail to succeed. You have to fail to learn. This was a huge failure, and I learned some very valuable shit. And I want to be able to pass that on to all of you guys. I think that in itself is worth its weight in gold. If I can make myself look like a fucking moron on YouTube across the world, remember this video or the last video could go viral. 8 million people could see it, could see me do something wrong. That's a risk that I take. That's a risk that we as YouTubers take, is putting something out there, basically sacrificing ourselves to basically show you our mistakes and our successes. And that's what I did when I was in the military. It was, it's a selfless service. I wanted to serve my country. I didn't ask for anything in return. I just wanted to do it. And that's why I started YouTube. And anyway, so there's other veteran channels out there. Determined Veterans, another one. A lot of you veterans and military that are out there, thank you so much for your service again. And you know where I'm coming from. You know what I mean? And all the leaders out there, leaders make mistakes too. But if we don't pass on what we've learned, we're setting the next guy up for, not success, for failure. So anyway, so that's what it all comes down to ultimately is, yes, I screwed up. And, I overlooked something that I shouldn't have, and it's costing me a whole lot of money. But it's a valuable lesson learned that I will never make this fucking mistake again. I would never. At least not. It might be something else. It might be another mistake, but this specific mistake, I'm telling you, will never happen again. And if you're watching my failures on this channel, learn from it. Please do yourself a favor. Learn from it. Tell MMR you need a belt motor yesterday. Excuse me. I went on a little rant. I'm sorry. Just trying to keep shit real. I watched another YouTuber, Sinister Productions. Love you, man. Thank you so much. Sinister Productions is a good channel too. Got a GT350, and he's got another side project too. So I missed it. What was wrong that caused boost spike? All right, if you missed it, I'll take the phone and walk around there. Got to trick or treat now. Yeah, so if you're gonna go trick or treating, have fun. I'm not doing any of that this year. I'm sick. I don't want to pass out sick candy to kids. Ultimately, what happened? Cylinder 4 went bye-bye. There's no longer a piston there. That head looks like it's salvageable. Both turbos are good. I still have to pull this head off. I've just been really under the weather the past couple of days, and now I'm able to walk around much better now. I did drain the oil down there so I could pull the oil pump gears out. 20% battery life. I'm going to get to it. There's a whole bunch of metal down in the oil pan. There's a big hole in the intake valley there. You can see in the center of the screen. I got to take this off and make sure that this head's good. If this head is good, all we need is a short block. I'm praying everybody cross your fingers, please, that's all that it needs is just a short block. Right there, that blue solenoid. We have that wired wrong. We have it teed into the bottom. Now, the wastegates are upside down on the car. That's where some of the confusion came from, was that the wastegates are actually upside down in the car. We accidentally wired them in or teed them into those lines wrong. We flopped it. That's what happened. So it was putting positive pressure on top of the wastegates when we hit boost. So when we were at 5,400 RPM, for example, I think the car saw somewhere in around the ballpark at 22 pounds of boost, something stupid high. For about 2 seconds, guys, for what you can't see in the video is for about 2 seconds, the car made probably in excess of 900 horsepower is what's being told to me. So that, yeah. And like all of that torque, yes. Yeah, 22 pounds, whatever the hell that makes. And remember, this is a turbo 64, 67, so it made a whole lot of torque. So when the car went it went from 5,400 RPM and it started breaking up about 55, really at about 5,500 RPM. And then it broke apart. And remember, we talked about me staying in it a little bit too much. 22 pounds is weak. So anyway, for about 500 RPM, we stayed in the car a little bit too long. Yes. And that's because, just call it overexcitement, call it. Then when things happen like that, it's just like any car, like I was saying earlier, like a car accident or something's coming at you. Let's say a baseball is being thrown at you and it just shit just goes like that. But when you watch the footage later, you're like, oh my God, I had 3 seconds to pull out, right? That's what she said. But anyway, so yeah, things are moving a little bit faster than that in real time. But supposedly the car made around 22 PSI at that point, and it was a runaway train at that point. And Jeff at Hellhorse said that the car is probably making in excess. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Blue collar. A t-shirt made. I did. I fucking sent it. T-shirts. That's awesome. Actually, this is the new one. It's a little dirty. It's got cat hair all over it. I ordered this as a test. This is the new hoodie, the new logo. This is, yeah, I can actually add to it. That would be sweet. I thought about doing something like that, honestly. Mopar Eater, $5 or $4.99. Thank you so much. How do I set up my long tube headers for E85 on my 18 Mustang GT? What's the best way to do it? Don't run my O2 sensors. No. So what you want to do, the only thing you want to do, your O2s, your rear O2s are going to get deleted, but your widebands, your two front ones are going to get, your tune will set that up. So all you have to do to run E85 is a tune, and that's it. You have your choice of Palm Beach Dyno, Lund, AED, different, whatever. Somebody sent me a $31 $31 on PayPal. Thank you so much for that super chat over there. Now we know that you didn't get robbed 40%, or whatever. Thank you anyway, whoever did that. Somebody PayPal'd me $31. And anyway, so we were talking earlier, yeah, YouTube robs like 40%. But all you need is a tune. Bastard is poor Xander. To make upgrades to 10-speed when making 700 horsepower. Yeah, so the initial, get a short block from a truck. Lower compression, more boost, happier life. What we wanted to do was get the car running on 93, and we wanted to pretty much keep, yeah, you want to angle. Now, that's very important that you just brought that up. You're in long tubes, you may have your front O2s like this. You want them to be like that. Angle them. I found from a personal experience that you're definitely going to have issues more so when it's cold, I guess, because of condensation and everything. But in the summertime, it was less of an issue. What's up from Knoxville? Right there in Tennessee. You're down the road in a few hours. But yeah, you want to angle your O2s. So a lot of the long tube headers that are being sold these days come with angled O2s. But in case they're not, you might want to think about doing that. I just went to a shop and had them modify mine. And once I did that, it was no big deal. But about 2 tanks of E85 definitely killed one of my sensors before I had them re-angled. So some people have them in there and they can go much longer, but mine lasted about 2 tanks. My Mustang's in E85, long tubes, and cold air. All I need was a tune and a wiring harness extension for the O2 sensor. Mine is a Gen 2 Coyote. Yeah. So, super easy. Yeah, super easy to mod long tubes. It's not that bad. Um, I modded mine for like $20. And anyone run Texas Speed? Are they angled? I have to order headers tomorrow. Woo, buddy. Um, yeah, so the Texas Speed's good. We're course sponsored here, and they've been good to me as well. So I do have discount codes. If you need a big one, let me know. But anyway, so I don't know if the new Texas Speed are angled or not. I can tell you the course that it's not. You will have to modify them. And I have passed that message to Corsa. Hopefully they will fix that and remedy that soon, because everybody these days is going to E85. They really have to. They've got to do it. They got to get on board. H-pipe for the Boss 02. I had a Boss 02 at one point. I had a 2012 model. What do I mean by re-angled? So Texas Speed, yeah, fits good. Corsa fits pretty much the same. They're both very, very good. Your O2s are going to be angled when the header's like this. They're going to be horizontal to the ground. You want them to be at like what is this, a 45-degree angle or something? You want it to be at an angle like this. So if I had a picture, I could show you. But anyway, if you look up like hooks, you'll see that the O2 bung is more so towards the top a little bit. That's what we're talking about. You want that way any condensation can drip off of the edge of the sensor instead of just sitting there and being stagnant and just, mess it all up. I need one of those Corsa banners. Yeah. Yeah, fuck the warranty Gen 2 all day, yeah. What power difference did I notice with long tubes? If you have, let's pretend like you have an 18 Mustang and you do E85 cold air tune, and you're probably going to see around 470-ish in that ballpark horsepower. If you have long tubes added to it, and when I say long tubes, I mean catless, no cats, you're probably going to hit 500 in that ballpark. And yes, you're going to have more top end power. So long tubes, I don't know that they really rob you of torque if you're NA, but you will gain maybe a little bit up top. You'll gain a little bit more horsepower. They don't really help for torque until you're running forced induction, but you do gain a little bit more horsepower, and they sound awesome. There's a big difference in sound there as well, but. And then installing them yourself, you can save yourself $1,000 if you do it on I've done like 8 long tube installs on an S550 in this garage on jack stands, and it's not that bad. Oh, you're wearing a mask. You can come say hello. Happy Halloween. This is the thing that I married. This is how she looks all the time. This is with no makeup, guys. No makeup. Or maybe this is with makeup. I don't know. Bought course of headers and I'm installing it tomorrow. I'm screwed. Why are you screwed? It's not that bad. It's not that bad of an install. Mostly just
Can't breathe in this thing.
it scared you. Your passenger side is your hard side. Your driver's side is your easy side. But I mean, just take this stuff out of the way. It's not that bad. Getting your stock headers out is no big deal. Getting the new ones in, I remove all of the bolts. I'm losing my train of thought. The bolts, the header bolts, the stock ones. I pull them all out. Some videos will tell you to leave one. You can. I pull them all and replace them with the short ones, the little bitty ones that usually come with the kits. Or you can go shopping and buy whatever you want. But anyway, I've had success with whatever they send, and it's really not that bad of an install. But 178, thanks for missing. Watch out for AC lines. Yeah, your AC lines. I've never had any issues. Now, I'll tell you this from personal experience. I had more clearance with AC line. I had more clearance with the Corsa than I did with Texas Speed. With Texas Speed, I did have to make sure that my motor was pushed over as far as possible towards the driver's side so that I could get as much clearance as possible. If you want to know what I'm talking about, I'll show you real quick. Their headers are not in the car, but I can just highlight. So if you're going to install these tomorrow, let me step on this one. Right there, this guy right here is the thing. So a lot of headers are going to sit real close to right about there, that silver, all of this mess over here. So what you can do is you can start unclipping stuff and push this over if you want to. When I had Texas Speed headers, it was like that. I had to push the motor over a little bit so you have a little bit of play with your motor mounts if you take them loose, and you could just pry the engine over a little bit. Because when you lift it off of the motor mounts there, it might shift. So, but you'll see it when you get them installed. Now with the Corsa, I had more room than I did with any other that I've seen and installed. But it's no big deal. They're both great systems, and they do fine. They'll serve you well. But yeah, cost like $2,000 for. Well, here's the thing. Yeah, that's something else. He just brought up a good point. So Matt Jones says S550 long tubes cost like $2,000. Screw that for just 20 horsepower. That is something to take into consideration there. That if you are going to buy the headers and you're going to spend money for somebody else to install them, is that worth it for 20 horsepower? I will tell you that it's not. But if you install them yourself or you're going forced induction, every little bit helps. But I would say if you are able to install them yourself, have at it. I've done a few videos, not really step-by-step guides, but there's plenty that exist on YouTube. It's really not that bad. It's all nuts and bolts, guys, at the end of the day. You're not dealing with vacuum lines that you can mess up. These are just nuts and bolts. It's really simple. But anyway, so you can make on an 18. Well, here E85 is also it's a big deal. So I would encourage, if you have it around you, give it a shot. Do I miss my boss? No. No. The S550 is just awesome. I love the S550 platform. I did like the boss, but I had a 2012 boss. I'll tell you why I didn't hate. Why I don't miss my boss. Somebody just texted me and I couldn't hear. My boss had a 2012 boss. I wish that I had bought like a 13 or 2013, since they were two-year run. The 13 boss myself, and it has I like the body style. They gave it a refresh for 2013. I thought it looked a lot better, but it is what it is. Can you call me out? Danita Evans. There you go. You mean like a shout out? There's a shout out. So, somebody is sending me stuff. I can't look at it right now while I'm live. If you're sending me stuff on my phone while I'm live, I have to wait. Buy used headers. That's an option too. Headers are headers. It's pipes. It's metal piping, guys. So, but yeah, a lot of these shops are asking like $1,000 for installation of long tube headers, and that's a lot of money on top of the price of the headers for 20 horsepower. Now, when I had my headers on the car when I was in the difference between 93 gas and E85 with the same setup was like 40 horsepower. So E85 is definitely worth it. 40 horsepower is a lot. Turbo kit install cost, I don't know. I did it myself and we screwed it up. But it is what it is. We'll get it right next time. We will get it. We will learn from our mistakes. We'll get it right next time. We'll get this car running again. And I'm looking at this car and it's a mess. Good God. Ah, so bad. Guys, I'm so sorry. I really wanted to put this car together and make a bunch of content for you. I did not mean to overlook something so stupid, so I apologize. And it has cost me some sleep, you can imagine. But those of you guys out there that have been through multiple engines, well, you know. Uh, we would blame the Chevy guys. Just finished building it, didn't you? Yeah, it was done. The car was done. We drove on it for 30 minutes, and some little stupid thing that we forgot to overlook or forgot to double check bit us in the ass and is now costing thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to fix. If you ain't breaking parts, then you ain't racing. That's true, I guess. This ultimately, what's the next step, Senator? Well, the next step is to get the car. What broke in your engine? A lot. You may have just come into the chat, so let me highlight again. Again, I will have another video coming out here in the next few days that's going to really show the stuff in detail. But cylinder 4, which is right here, there's no more piston. So it blew apart. There's part of it right there. And there's a hole in the block in the intake valley there. We don't know. I got to pull that head. I've been sick. I know. It's been a couple of days, but I'll get it done tomorrow some way, somehow. I'll pull that head, and I want to make sure that it's good. Cylinder 4 is right there on your passenger side. So, yeah, the piston rod, all that stuff went bye-bye. It's in pieces. Look, there's chunks there. There's tons of metal in the oil pan, but there's the hole. Yeah, that block is done. And then it also had some scarring inside of there on the wall. And again, I don't know what's under there. That's the problem. So we think that this head, excuse me, is okay. It needs a little bit of machine work done to fix it, to bring it back to life a little bit. But I think the head's going to survive. We're hoping that this one does too, because here's the deal. When this piston went down and bye-bye, did any of it get sucked up into the other moving pieces over here, going up and down, up and down, up and down, your pistons and rods and all that other stuff? Everything. 10% battery life. I guess we'll have to wrap this video up soon. So that's what we need to do. Now, the turbo on that side and this side, this one had a little bit of coolant on the turbines there, but it was okay. There's nothing that got chewed up. On the other side, that turbo was fine, and what that looks like. So one more time before we end this video is this is on top of cylinder 4, so some of these valves have gotten a little bit chewed up, so I don't know, we either replace them or something, but got to pull these direct injectors, make sure they're good to go. Take this and the other one over to machine shop, pending the other one is okay, and get them touched up. Probably going to go ahead and buy a new oil. If we do a short block, I'll probably just completely replace the water pump, oil pump as well, and also intake manifold. If you guys have an intake manifold for sale, let me know. Inside here, that's all like milky white. But there's a bunch of like metal and crap that was in here, so you can't take these really apart and clean them. So we're just going to replace it. It's like 300 blocks brand new or something. So, excuse me. Anyway, the turbos are good. So when we pull this one up like this, so this is the which one is this? This was the driver's side. So it's good. It spins. No big deal. And the other one's the same way. It's just I need to wipe it down. It's loose because we took it apart to make sure, just like this one. But anyway, so I think that we have no problems with that one. So again, yeah, we got to be clocked a certain way. So it's a little loose. I don't want to sit there and mess with it too much. But This one's still tight, and it just spins like it's supposed to. So good thing turbos are good. So yeah. So yeah, thank you for the excuse me. How much weight would an 18 manual? Ooh, how much weight would an 18 manual have to lose to keep up with an 18 auto? A lot. I don't know. The 10 speeds are fast. I respect you, Xander 13, for doing your own work, bolt-ons instead of taking it to professional. Thank you so much. I do try. You know, this was the only mistake that I've ever really made on a car. Was this? What's happened with this? And this is a pretty big one. You know, but we've ultimately learned from it, and hopefully I can pass on my failure to you guys so that you will succeed. That's the whole point. Sorry about your car, buddy. I know that sucks. Yeah, I appreciate it. Hit like, guys, 400 in and no likes. Yeah, that's definitely important. People, you guys have no idea. Watch time is very important. And, you know, I get it. People watch videos, they go in there and start skipping around and stuff like that. But if you are out there and you really support a YouTube channel, whoever it may be, try to at least watch all of it, or at least over 50%. Even if you get tired of it, mute the phone, just let it play something. You know, it really, honestly does more than you think as far as triggering YouTube algorithm. Comment in some way, and for Lord's sake, hit the thumbs up button or thumbs down. You know, something. Interact with the video in some way. And if you share the video, it tells YouTube that the thing is gold. I mean, it does wonders for the YouTuber that's creating the content. And some videos are very easy to make. Some videos take a lot of money and a lot of time and effort to make. It's just if you support whatever channel that is out there that you like, there's a few simple things you guys can do to really, you know, help them out. Anyway, so I do that to all you and Determined Veteran. I definitely appreciate it. Blue Collar Daily, I definitely appreciate it. I do the same thing for other channels as well. And most of the channels that I watch are the smaller channels, or channels that are younger than me, because I find oftentimes that they're more like real. And I guess that's where I like to be as well. Is just, you know, be a little bit, I don't know, no bullshit, I guess. No pun. This one took a lot to make. Yeah. If Boss 729, I tell you what, if you can hit me up on Instagram, we can talk there. I would definitely appreciate that. I'm trying to keep up before we end this live chat. I'm trying to keep up with the comments and going through them real fast just to see if I don't want to leave anybody hanging. I got Whipple, so I don't need it. If you guys have intake manifolds or any of that stuff, you know, definitely let me know. If you know where a short block is that exists that's not that expensive, please let me know. I'm going to need one. Yeah, intake manifold, because yeah, I was advised not to even try to clean that thing. Just either find another one, whatever. Yeah, it sounds like my sinuses blew up too. Yeah, Lucas, they did. Lucas, what's up, man? How are you? You still have that new car you bought? Well, I guess it's not so new anymore. It's been a few months, but anyway. Sinister Productions just uploaded a video. How about the heads? Are they still good? Yeah, I think that, well, the one is. We got to pull the other one to make sure. Mistakes happen. We're human, yes. Let's see here. It's funny. Cylinder 4, already covered that. I think I'm caught up with most of the comments. If not, please chime in very quickly before we get off, because my phone is about to die. It's about to go bye-bye. Super chat. CJ Shaw, $5. What's up, Xander? Soon you'll be 2 steps ahead of this positivity. That's all we can do is, we could sit, I could sit there and what if, and this, whatever, blah, blah, point fingers. At the end of the day, shit happened. We learn from our mistakes. We move forward. And if I can look like an idiot on YouTube and help you guys to not do what I do in some cases, then, then I would like to think that I'm better for it. And if I can, because there's a lot of you guys are watching, and whenever there's still going to be a lot of people that come back and watch this video. I don't know if they'll make it to this far into the video, but learn. I'm here to teach. I'm not a very good teacher, so take it for what it is. But if you can copy my success, great. And if you can learn from my failure, that's what matters. But anyway, so. Overboost. Yeah, it was an overboost issue. A lot of overboost. But hopefully this will be like the last time that we really talk about. I'm going to have a video. $2, Rebirth 18. Thank you so much. Coke and a smile on me, brother. Here's my $1.20. Thank you so much. So, yeah, this will be pretty much probably one of the last times that we'll talk about this whole thing. I'm going to do more videos about taking the stuff apart, servicing them, looking at this stuff more in depth, because we got to take the heads apart. We got to drop them off. We got to do a lot of things. So, that's pretty much going to be, again, what the content's going to be and I'll try to find some other stuff. The winter is upon us, but we have to rebuild the car. And then at least this time we can get it right. And then maybe there would be a miracle in there somewhere, and then we can at least do like maybe rods and pistons and stuff like that into the short block. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But right now, we got to determine. We're in salvage mode right now. Messaged me about a low mile short block. Okay. Yeah, I've had a couple of people message me about short blocks. If it's like a $2,500 short block, I'm thinking I can get one new from Ford like $1,500-$1,600, somewhere in that ballpark. I think on the high side it's like 22. The long blocks, hopefully we don't need one, and also can we get a short block in time, or are they back ordered? There's a lot going on right now. But anyway, it's Halloween, guys. I'm gonna let you guys go and then go pass out some candy, and then yeah, modding game is not cheap, but. Ultimately, this could have been avoided, and we'll learn from it. But hit me up if you want to put some two-wheel therapy on this weekend. Yeah, definitely. Hopefully the weather's good. I don't know what the weather's going to look like this weekend, but hopefully I'm all for it because it's going to get colder soon, and the CBR is going to have to go away for the winter. But Cody Car Guy, what's up? Take care. I don't think that I knew that you were in here, but anyway, Speed Addict, I'll see you later. We'll talk. And, yeah, good luck with everything. Get well soon. Yep, I'm going to go to bed probably here soon. See if I get over this sickness. But, Super Stangs, I'll see you later. And, yeah, thumbs up. I appreciate it. I'll see all of you guys later on. Be safe.